This is the 4 marks question, students. Well, the question will be, what are the merits of cooperative society? 20 rupees is what the producer is giving. Now what happens is, I have saved 10 rupees. There is this person A who has invested 1 lakh rupees. Okay, he has invested how much? 1 lakh rupees. Now why the government should help? Because there is welfare of the people. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Business Studies in Vidhyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Students, we are in the session 6, the session 5. What exactly we did? We have gone with one of the beautiful topic, that is cooperative society, and you can expect it for 8 marks. If you have not watched it, you are supposed to go back and see the session 5, because session 6 is a continuity of the session 5. It is always like a chain. Here in business studies, I'm gonna teach you all tricky tricks that is called ACT. What is this ACT? Abhilash Chandra tricks. And now this is the 4 marks question, students. Well, the question will be, what are the merits of cooperative society? We'll only deal with the merits of cooperative society. What will happen? Now a quick recall what we have done in the session 5, because you need to have the session 5 concept to understand the session 6 of the merits of cooperative society. The cooperative society is governed by an act called the Cooperative Society Act 1912, and now here what they have said is, the minimum members to form any cooperative society is 10, but they have not given a proper membership for the maximum, that is how much people can be the maximum. So that means what? Right now it is unlimited. Whoever wants to come, they can join the cooperative society. And what exactly the merit is? Voluntarily association. That means there is no compulsion, there is nobody can actually force anybody to join the cooperative society. It is always what? Voluntarily association. Today I'll teach you what are the other merits of cooperative society, why people will actually join cooperative society than starting their own business as a sole proprietor, or joining with their friends or relatives, or a person who has a money as well as a business plan, that is a partnership. Now, why is that people they go with cooperative society? The merits are like this. The first one is equality in voting system. That means what? What is a merit here? That means one person, one vote. That here you will get to know that there is also a democracy in cooperative society. The person whoever will control the other members is actually elected by the member. That is how the thing is. And the second one is limited liability. Students, now it is a time you should actually know what is this unlimited liability and limited liability. Unlimited liability means if you have invested 1 lakh rupees, but you are supposed to pay the creditors or the general public 5 lakh rupees. That means you need to pay that 1 lakh, as well as you are supposed to sell your property, but you are supposed to give that 4 lakhs also. But when it comes to limited liability, whatever you have gone with the business, only that much you are supposed to give it, not more than that, right? The next thing here is stable existence. What is the meaning of the stable existence? See, existence means whether you will continue or you will not continue, the cooperative society is stable. That means men may come, men may go, but the cooperative society will be there. The next thing is here, economy in operation. Economy in operation in the sense, what will be the funding thing, how the money will come, how the money will go, everything you will hear in the economy of operation. The next thing is support from the government. Students, here you need to know, please go back to the session 5 and then check what happens and why the government is here, and why the government supports the cooperative society. See, cooperative society is only for the welfare of people. Now, welfare of the people, again here, why the government is there? The government is also elected by the people. The reason is, government is always for the people. The same way here, cooperative society is what? For the welfare of public, in the sense, now the public will get welfare from whom? The cooperative society. That's why the government is doing what? The funding. We go with subsidies and all those things. Here you will understand there is a huge support of whom? Of the government, which you people have elected. And the next thing is easy of formation. That means what? Whenever they want, they can actually start a cooperative society. Whenever they want, they can actually close the cooperative society. But usually what happens is people will join cooperative society, but they will not go out of the cooperative society when it comes to the ratio. Now these are the merits of cooperative society. Please read all these things and understand what happens, why this is also a form of business, why people usually go to cooperative society. The thing is what? Risk is less, students. In a sole proprietor, what happens is risk is more. Whatever he is doing, whether he knows the business, he don't know the business, what happens is risk and uncertainty. There are two things, okay? One is risk and uncertainty. Now everywhere risk is there, uncertainty is also there. I go with this golden kind of a rule. What it is? More the risk, okay, more the risk, more the profit. You will actually get more profit. But students, the golden rule is not complete with this. It is always incomplete. If risk is more, profit is also more. But students, loss is also more. It is the vice versa. If you only think about positive, you'll get profit, but you are supposed to go with what? Expect the unexpected. What is it? Expect the unexpected. Here, if you go with it, that is called our uncertainty. Now, sole trader, uncertainty is more. The reason is what? It is only one person who is doing it. Now, if he goes for a flop, the business also goes for a flop. Now the next thing is partnership. Now partnership, one person is the active one and he's doing everything. The other person is not involving himself in the business. Now what happens is, again, uncertainty is that if one person fails, the entire business fails. The reason is what? Uncertainty. But here what happens in cooperative society is, it is what? Stable existence. That means whoever will be there, whether the person will die or the person will leave, the cooperative society will stay. The reason is what? Here you will understand, because there is what? A support of the government. That means nothing will happen to the cooperative society. It will live more than what the people are living. So let's go individually and let's see what exactly these cooperative societies merits are. The first one is what? The equality. Students, where equality is there, there is something called happiness. The reason is, now who does not want to be treated equal? Now supposingly, right, there is this person A who has invested 1 lakh rupees. Okay, he has invested how much? 1 lakh rupees. And here is a person called B. Okay, and he has invested say 5,000 rupees. Now he has invested how much? 5,000 rupees. But when it comes to voting, when it comes to the election, what it does, even a person who has invested 1 lakh will get one kind of a voting right, and a person who has gone with 5,000, even he will have one voting right. That means what? Decision making here, though 1 lakh rupees he has invested or 5,000 somebody has invested, the decision power is what? Equal. Nobody will be treated unequally. Now this is what the beauty of cooperative society. But whereas compare this with a partnership. Compare this with a partnership. A person who has invested 1 lakh rupees, now he is also a partner. A person who has invested 5,000 rupees, he is also a partner. Now do you think there is an equality? Definitely no. The reason is what, students? A person who has invested 1 lakh, he will actually get more powers than a person who has invested 5,000 in a partnership. That is what the merit and demerit comparison between partnership and cooperative society. The next thing here you need to understand, here there is something called a principle. What is it? Principle is there. What is that principle? One man, one vote. So this is a beautiful principle, that is one man will get one vote. Now because he gave a capital of 1 lakh rupees, now he will not get 2 votes or 3 votes, right? He'll go with what? One voting right. That is one man, one vote. The next thing is governs the cooperative society. This is what governs the cooperative society. The next thing is irrespective of the amount. What I told you, irrespective of the amount. If he invests 10 lakh also, and the person who invests only 5,000, for both of them, irrespective of their amount capital contributed by a member, each member is entitled to equally voting right. That is what, even you invest 10 lakh rupees, but what it is, one person, one vote. This is what the merit of cooperative society. The next thing, what exactly we have is limited liability. Now please understand and compare the statements what I'll make. Now sole trader is there, right? Let's go with this. Sole trader. Okay, now sole trader, there is a problem. If something happens to the sole trader, right, trader here, the business is doing good. That means what? Even the sole trader is doing good. Now business is coming down, the sole trader will also come down. The reason is what? He has something called unlimited liability. Unlimited liability. If it goes with a negative, what happens is some particular point he will liquidate, he will close his business. But when it comes to cooperative society, there is something called the cooperative society will register. Why will they register? Because it is compulsory. Why it is compulsory? So that the government is there and the government will help. Now this is what it is. Now here what happens is, whatever is your capital, that is the only thing you go with the risk if it goes for a flop. Now here what happens is, in the sole trader, whatever is your capital and you go for a loss, and if you need to pay to your creditors or the general public, now what you should do is, you need to sell your property, you need to do so many kind of other loans or whatever it is, but you need to pay back to those people. Why it is? Unlimited liability. But when it comes to cooperative society, say example, you have invested 1 lakh rupees and a person who is next to you has invested 5,000 rupees. Now the risk of 1 lakh rupees and 5,000 rupees is what? Now 1 lakh rupees is more, 5,000 is less. Comparatively, I'm telling you, right? Comparatively. Now that will be implemented in cooperative society, where when they register, it becomes a separate legal entity. What is a separate legal entity? I've told you this in the session 5. The separate legal entity means the cooperative society is different and the members of the cooperative society is different. So now you have one particular cover, that is cooperative society is covered. That means nobody can sue you. They need to sue who? They need to sue the cooperative society. What is the meaning of sue? Sue means file a case. Now here what it is. The liability of members of a cooperative society is limited. Why it is limited? I'll tell you, right? To the extent of their capital. What is my capital? Only that much is my limitations, right? Capital contribution, the personal assets, that is my personal assets, nobody can actually take. The reason is what? Cooperative society is registered. It is registered, and what it is limited liability. That means I don't need to sell my personal properties or the assets to settle the business. Now here, the personal asset, right? What is it? The personal asset, that is the asset which belongs to me, of the member, are therefore safe from being used to repay business debts. That means it is always safe. Now you will understand why people will not go with sole trader or partnership, but people, they join cooperative society, because this is what the best example and the best merit, so that many people who don't want to risk their assets will join cooperative society. The next thing here is stable existence. Student, what does the word stable mean? Stable means, now it's a risk-free kind of a thing. It's like stable, aram se, calm, I'm doing it and I'm coming out. Now here what happens, even in the business like sole trader, partnership, cooperative society, company, what usually happens is people are involved. When people are involved, there will always be a risk, right, and uncertainty. Now let's go with this example. Right, now we'll go with this one example where all the people are here. Right, now one person will leave the game. Now the game has still been played. Now you can play the game, but what happens is one person is missing. Let's go with two of them are gone, but still the show must go on in a cooperative society. The reason is what? There is nothing called somebody has left. What happens is anybody, whoever is interested, will join. The thing is what? Maximum number of the membership is what? Unlimited. So anybody who goes, somebody will actually come. So there is always a replacement for any of the member. Now here in sole trader, what happens is if the sole trader die, right, now the business is gone. If and only if his widow or his son or daughter, whoever wants to who wants to continue, they can continue. But what happens is that particular sole trader business is gone. Now in partnership, what happens? There are 2 or 3 people who are the partner. Now one of the person dies. Now again they are supposed to go with repartnership. That is what happens. But in cooperative society, what happens is there is nothing, no problem at all. Even if a person die, even if a person takes his capital and leaves the cooperative society, nothing will happen. It continues as if nothing has happened. That is the reason the merit is more in cooperative society. The reason is what? Stable existence. Now understand here, death, right, death and bankruptcy or insanity. Right now you need to understand what is this insanity of the members, right? Insanity of members do not affect continuity of cooperative society. That means what? If, right, if, the word is what? If anybody or the member, right, who is dead, or a person who is bankrupt, now he can't pay the capital, he can't do anything kind of thing, then insanity, all those things are there, nothing, no problem, because somebody else will join, somebody else will fund more, but the cooperative society will stay. That is the beauty of cooperative society. Here the society therefore operates unaffected. Student, nothing will happen to the cooperative society. Men may come, men may go, nothing will happen to the cooperative society. That's why many people will join cooperative society than starting their own business or a business with a partner by any change of the membership. Now what happens is usually, now example, let's go with this, right? Now 2 of them will leave, so 3 of them will join. Now what happens is, again the kind of a thing is what the same. This is what happens in the cooperative society. 20 may join, 10 may leave, vice versa. 20 may leave, 10 may join. But what happens is there is something called a support, which you have forgotten. The support is always from whom? From the government. That is what happened. The support is always from the government. Now, economy in operation. What is this economy in operation? First, you need to know what is the meaning of economy, and then you are supposed to understand how it is operated in the cooperative society. Students, cooperative society are of too many kind of a types. There are too many types of cooperative society. Say consumer cooperative society. I'll give you one example, right? Now what happens is consumers are making a cooperative society. So why is that they are making a cooperative society? To the welfare, that means to get the welfare by the people. Now what happens here is consumers and the producers are there. Let's go with this. There is here producer is there, and here consumer is there. Now I have told you that we have set a consumer cooperative society. The consumer, usually what happens is before he meets the producer, there is something called agent. Please understand carefully. There is something called agent. That is a middleman, right? Now middleman. What happens is if the producer wants to sell something to the consumer, now the producer will need to meet the middleman and he will give the middleman the product. Now the middleman will give it to the consumer. Now without doing anything, only the exchanging of goods, the middleman is earning commission. What is he earning? Commission. Okay, now understand. Let's go with one of the example where a producer is selling something for 20 rupees. Okay, and the consumer is buying it for 30 rupees. Now where is that 10 rupees gone? The 10 rupees is here with the middleman. Now the middleman is not doing anything, but still he is getting what? 10 rupees. That's the reason now we have formed a cooperative society. Now when we form a cooperative society, what happens is we will eradicate. What we will do? We will eradicate the middleman. Now what happens is we go to the producer directly. We meet the producer directly. When we meet the producer directly, how much is he quoting? He's quoting 20 rupees. Now what happened? The minute we go to the producer, he is giving it for 20 rupees. How much? 20 rupees. Now that 30 rupees is what? I'll eradicate the middleman. So I'll only pay how much? 20 rupees. So 10 rupees is saved. That is my purpose of building a consumer cooperative society. It is the same thing for what? Even the producers can have producers cooperative society. Now in that what happens? Again they will eradicate the middleman. Now understand here, the member generally offer, what they offer? Offer honorary services to the society. They'll go with what? Honorary services to the society. Now here what happens is, now we have eradicated the middleman. Now we are in the consumer cooperative society. 20 rupees is what the producer is giving. Now what happens is I have saved 10 rupees. Now what it is? We are only going with what? Honorary service to the society. Now students, I'll tell you what it is. You usually don't bargain with the MNC company. Now there are something called mall, a big shop, or people who are the richest people, right? You don't go and you don't bargain, but usually what happens is you people bargain with the vendor. Who are the vendors? A people who is a peddler, a people who are a hawker or a cheap jack. Now usually what happens is street vendors are there. Now you want to bargain with them. When they say that this particular vegetable is 10 rupees or 20 rupees or 30 rupees for kilo or quarter. Now what you usually do? Bhaiya itna mehenga kyun? That is what your question is. And then what you will actually tell is, if it is 30 rupees if he quotes, you will tell no, we'll only give it for 25 rupees. Lena hai to lo, nahi to nahi. Right? Now usually what happens, the person who is a street vendor, he only goes with a margin of 2 rupees or 3 rupees, a maximum of 5 rupees. But what we do is, no, we can't be cheated by these street vendors, and you go with what? Less price. But students, understand, when you go to a restaurant, right, and they have quoted something called 360 rupees for one plate. Now do you bargain? Will you say no, I'll give only 320 rupees? No, you want to make a rich more richer, right? But when it comes to those people who are in the street vendor, you don't want those people to get even 1 rupees more. If you go to a mall, what happens is you will have service tax, all those whatnot taxes you will have, everything you will get. But still what you do, you don't even ask for a discount, but you actually pay or swipe your card and you will come back. But this is what cooperative society is. They only aim for the welfare of the society. Here what happens, the consumer cooperative society, here the person, the producer is getting for 20 rupees is giving, but the cooperative society here what happens, they are saving 10 rupees. They have already saved how much? 10 rupees. Now what they do is they'll actually give 2 rupees extra. Now they have saved how much? 8 rupees. And that 2 rupees goes to whom? To the producer. Now again it is what? Honorary service to the society. This is what the beauty of cooperative society is. Here has the focus of elimination of middlemen. What did they do? They have eliminated the middleman. This helps in reducing cost. So what was the cost now? 30 rupees. Now what is the cost? 20 rupees. But what exactly we did? We have given 2 rupees extra to whom? To the producer. Now what happens is, see, this is a long-term business. The minute you give 2 rupees to the producer, the next time the producer will give you beautiful product, more healed crops, more kind of a benefited kind of a thing. Now that is what the mutual thing, and cooperative society is not for 1 day or 2 days. It goes for what? Ages. It goes for more than 50 to 100 years. I'll tell you what it is. There are beautiful examples of cooperative society. You are supposed to stick to our channel. I'll be explaining so many types of cooperative society where you will understand which type of cooperative society you are supposed to join. The next thing is support from, yes, The government. Support from whom? The government. Now why the government should help? Because there is welfare of the people. People are there, people should get benefited. Now who will actually benefit the people? That is the government, because the government has been elected by whom? By us, and the government need to do something for us. So this is what it is. Now cooperative society exemplifies the idea of democracy. Now where have you heard about this word called democracy? The leader, whoever controls. Go back to the session 5, you will understand the controlling kind of an image I have given, where one person will control the other members. The reason is what? All the other members have elected him democratically. Now here democracy, and hence finds support from the government. There is nothing called dictatorship here. Everything is what? Legal, in the forms of low taxes. I told you about what? Consumer cooperative society, producer cooperative society. There are so many kind of housing cooperative society. What happens is the government need to imply tax on them. When the government will imply tax on them, what usually happens is they imply the tax which is normal for everybody. Now people who are in the cooperative society, they are not normal, they are actually in the below poverty line, or people who are in the middle class. Now what happens is, now you need to actually give compensation, subsidies, kind of other kind of routes. What is it? Low taxes. For the cooperative society, the slab rate is what? Lesser than the normal business, or the business which is in the multinational company levels. Now the next thing is, the government need to give subsidies. Subsidies means what? Somewhere they need to help the cooperative society to build, right? And they'll give subsidies to the cooperative society. And low interest. Where exactly they'll go with low interest? That is in the rate of loans. The interest rate will be less. That is, borrowing rates are less. That is why many people, they make cooperative society. Now I think you are understanding this business, what exactly it is. Now the government is supporting. That means the banks are also supporting. Why are the banks supporting? Because the government have told the banks to lower the interest rate when they give the loans. Here what happens is, the loan amount which I have taken for the benefit of the cooperative society, what usually happens is, the people will actually share, and then they'll start the business. When they start the business, whatever the profit they are getting, they were supposed to give the interest rate to the bank also. But now what has happened? The rate is reduced. That means that amount is also utilized by the cooperative society. Now you are getting it, right? That is the benefit of cooperative society. That means the government is also involved in the welfare of the public. The next thing is easy of formation. Now I told you, students, right? Voluntarily association of people is what the cooperative society aims at. Nobody will actually force anybody. Now when it is like anybody can come, anybody can join, it's the same implies for anybody who wants to leave the business. The same way here you need to understand the criteria, that is minimum and maximum. I want you people to answer this. What is the minimum and what is the maximum for a cooperative society? Yes, the minimum is 10 people are there, now I can start a cooperative society. Maximum, till now they have not disclosed. They have not disclosed how much is the maximum. That means anybody can join, but that too what? Voluntarily he should join. And what is the age limit? That is 18 plus. People can actually come and they can start. Now here what it is, anytime they can come and they can start. That is, 10 of them need to come and they need to register. What is that they need to do? They need to register. When they register, only then the government will come and help you. Only when you registered, you will get something called limited liability, or else if you just start like that, they'll consider that as a partnership but not cooperative society. That's why you are supposed to mention that you are forming a cooperative society. Here, the cooperative society can be started with the minimum of what? 10 members. Minimum of what? 10 members. The registration procedure is simple, involving a few legal formalities. Students, I told you, business means what? Legal. It should be what? It should be legal. That is what the business aims at. Now understand, here, you need to think like this. any business which is legal and which is enforceable by law, right? Only those business you are supposed to take, or else the business which is not enforced by law, now what happens is you will get something called a risk and uncertainty, whether it is a legal business or illegal business. That's why you need to actually go. There are so many fraudulent act which has been done even in cooperative society. In the next session I'll teach you about the limitations of cooperative society. Today what you are supposed to do, again watch this video from the first to the last. You'll understand cooperative society in a proper way. Now why I'm stressing more on cooperative society is, in this second chapter you have two 8 marks question. Now two 8 marks question means within two sessions we can actually cover more than 16 marks. Now that is the reason I'm telling you partnership and cooperative society is very, very important, students. So if you have any doubt, any kind of a thing, you know what you are supposed to do. Your Abhilash sir and Vidhyaashram is 24/7 available only for you. We are the only college which actually goes with the enlightenment of knowledge to all the students for free. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.